Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, my name is V and this is my channel Vibing with V, where we talk story times, lifestyle videos, and a couple of other things. As you can see for the title of the video down below, I will be sharing my coming out story with y'all. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's gonna be like, so I hope I don't get emotional about this shit. I've been holding this off for a while. I'm not gonna lie, I have been holding this off for a while. I was supposed to do this video. This was supposed to be my very first video, but this story is very traumatic for me. I'm not gonna lie, because of like my relationship with my family. On top of that, I haven't really spoke on it. So, but my family didn't kick me out or anything after I came out to them. My family still very much so love me. It's just a very rocky relationship, especially with my grandparents and with my dad. My mom, she's way more supportive, but yeah, let's get into the video. I actually started having feelings for like the same sex when I was a kid, in kindergarten actually. And now I know a lot of people, like especially like LGBT, you know, content creators, especially YouTubers, like other YouTubers, they always say, oh, I've been known that I was gay since I was a kid. But like, I'm telling you, I've been known that I was gay since I was a child. I've been told my mom, like, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I was gay inside the womb. Like, I believe that I was gay before you gave birth to me. And my mom was just like, that's crazy. But yeah, I actually had a crush on my kindergarten teacher. I don't remember her name. But yeah, like, I had a crush on her, like a real bad crush. I would follow her everywhere. I was not scared to ask her any questions or anything like that. But like, I was also a shy kid, so like it was very rare for me to even like talk to my other teachers, especially like my past teachers before I graduated high school. So it was just weird that like I was mute around my family, but like when I was around my teacher, I was active. I like dead ass, like asking questions and stuff. And so yeah, like my kindergarten teacher was for sure like my very first girl crush. She gave me like Miss Honey vibes. Yeah, that like my teacher was my first gay awakening. I think I was like what, 4, 5. I was 5. My birthday's in March, so yeah. So I was 5 years old when I had a crush on my teacher. And that's crazy. First grade, I was like neutral. I really just didn't, you know, because like kids are kids. Kids won't really have any, you know, like feelings towards anyone. When I was like a kid, like from after kindergarten, I didn't really do much after that, because during my first grade, I was still at the school that at the school district that I was like going to school at. And then my second grade year, I left. I went to a different school district, and then I came back third grade. Yeah, I came back third grade year, and then from third grade on to like my high school, like up till I graduated the school from the school district, that was it. Now, when I went back to third grade, went back to my school district for third grade, and I didn't really have any feelings towards females. It was mostly like towards males. I guess that happens when, you know, when we grow up, you know. Fourth grade year, I didn't really have crushes on anyone, honestly. But 5th grade came around, and then I started having a crush on like this one guy. This one guy that I actually did graduate high school with. And like, he's fucking ugly now. I'm not gonna lie. He's fucking ugly. I don't even know what I seen in him in 5th grade, but the guy was just not my fucking type. Now that I know at the ripe age that I'm at. I'm not gonna hold you. I dead ass, because he actually got in a relationship with this one girl I went to school with, and I went to middle school and high school with. I actually did driving ed classes with her, and I know her brother. Like, her brother was like a couple grades ahead of us. I kid you not, I sabotaged their goddamn relationship. Like, I was like, I want him for myself. Like, I'm telling you, it was so fucking bad. Like, I don't know what I was thinking at that age that I was at to sabotage someone else's relationship, someone else's elementary relationship at that. Middle school comes around, I get my first phone. I don't really go all wild and out. 6th grade year, that's when Kik, so there's this app called Kik, because kids nowadays don't know what Kik is, don't know what Uwu is or anything like that. Now, 6th grade year is when I actually started, like, was like, well, here I am, you know, thinking of, like, about being in a relationship, you know, seeing like all the kids in my school get in a relationship. I actually got in a relationship with my longtime friend who is now married, and we were together for a while, and then we broke up. And this happened, we were on and off again. Thank God that we are not together now. Not really my type now. Like, I'm glad that he's found his wife and started their family. He's in the military, so props to you, my boy. We were like on and off in our relationship, I guess because like I was fighting the urge of being in a relationship with a female, because I just never been in a relationship with a female. Like, I thought back in my mind, like, oh shit, like, girl, you're gay. Like, you're gay. Like, why are you in a relationship with this boy? And shit. And I was just like, I probably just wanted to please my grandparents. My household was basically a Christian fulfilled household. It was forbidden to be in a same-sex relationship, especially in that household with my grandparents. My parents never raised me. If you guys want a story time about that, I will for sure give you guys a story time about that. I'm grown enough to talk about that. Friends know about it and everything like that. So if you guys want to know like why I wasn't raised by my parents and I was only raised by my grandparents, I can give you guys the whole lowdown about that. Both sides of the family had told me multiple times of how that went and how I ended up under the guardianship with my grandparents. But yeah, like, my grandparents, they're strict Christians, like holy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I am a Christian. I thank God every single day that I do, you know, have a relationship with him. But with the way that my grandparents was pushing it on me, it just made me just stray away just a bit, to the point where I didn't want to do anything to deal with Christ. Like, I am now repairing my relationship with him because of how my grandparents was, you know, like pushing it on me instead of letting me experience or allowing me to be my own person and actually make the decisions myself. Yes, I am a LGBT Christian woman. My girlfriend is also grade. I broke up with him. I got back together with him. I broke up with him again. Everybody in my school was like, you guys are such a cute couple. And this was up until 7th grade. We were on and off again from 6th grade to 7th grade. And that was like the 2 years that I was like battling my fucking sexuality. I kid you not. Like, I was battling myself. Like, I was just like, I don't know if I like boys. I don't know if I like just boys. I don't know if I want to try out girls. I don't know. And then I was also be like, but I'm gonna go to hell if I want to be with a girl. So it was just like, I was being so fucking homophobic to myself, like internally, like internalized homophobia is something you do not want to play with, because I was just like, I seen like everybody was just like with a boy. So I was just like, all right, so that's normal. Just didn't see anyone with a girl. So 7th grade roll around, I still have my phone. I get my second phone, by the way, because my first phone, I upgraded it. My auntie gave me my second phone, and she put me on her payment plan. Like everybody, their mama was on Kick. Everybody on their mama was on Uvu. Now and then there was this other app called Whisper. Now, not a lot of people knew about Whisper. Whisper is basically an anonymous like app and shit. Like, it's an anonymous app where you can meet other people, but the thing is, you know what their ages are when you click on their username, but it doesn't give you like their actual age. So here I am, the little age I am, I think I'm like 12, 13 at this point. I think I was like 13. All right, here I am, little old me, 12, 13, old me, getting on Whisper. I'm like, all right, let's see what this shit is about, bro. When I got on Whisper, it was over with. It was done and set. I said, oh shit, like dead ass. I was just like, oh, there's an LGBT, like there's a gay group chat. There's like a bisexual, lesbian, like group chat. I clicked on that. I seen so many people like, oh, looking for a relationship. Kept scrolling, looking for a relationship. I kept scrolling. This is when we're like saying woman loving woman, but it was just like female. It was just like, I'm looking for my girlfriend, or I'm looking for my future wife, and it says female 20. Here I am thinking that I'm gonna get with a 20-year-old. No, but it didn't work because like I was a kid. But I got on Kick. I don't know how I met her though, but I had this girlfriend, like online girlfriend, long distance girlfriend. I had multiple long distance girlfriends, by the way, but I met them through like this one dating app. I got banned. Like, someone you reported me and I got banned. I got banned. I think it was Tinder. I think it was Tinder. But there was like Badoo. There was like a bunch of dating apps, and I got banned because I was like, please don't tell the app that I'm underage. Like, I know I'm not supposed to be on this app. Just don't tell this app that I'm on, like, that I'm underage. I'm looking for my girlfriend. Like, after I told that person that, they reported me straight away, and I was like, damn, man, like, I'm trying to be in a relationship with a female. Like, what are you doing? I'm looking for my girlfriend, man. I'm looking for my future wife. You know what I'm saying? I was fluctuating on like my sexuality too, because I'm like spiraling. I'm like, am I straight? Am I bisexual? Am I like, I didn't know about being queer, so it was either straight, bisexual, or lesbian. I got on Whisper. I met my first girlfriend. We exchanged each other's kicks, because there was like this Kick group, like LGBT group chat for underage kids, and that's when I met my first girlfriend, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the life. We got together just like that. No getting to know each other. We did get to know each other by asking basic ass questions, but it was just like, oh, I like you, like, I know, like, you told me your personality and everything, I like you. But I feel like I was being scammed, because the pictures that she would send me was just like suspicious. Like, it would be like a different person in each picture, and so I was like, I was a kid, so I was naive enough to think like I was talking to like a 15, a 15-year-old wanted to mess with, 13-year-old me. Little old me getting a 15-year-old. I'm not gonna lie, I was an ugly ass fucking. I wouldn't say I was an ugly ass kid. I did get bullied in school about my skin complexion and like my teeth, because when I got my adult teeth, it looks like I was fucking SpongeBob. I can roast myself. I can roast myself, but I grew in my grown-up teeth now. I just got an overbite. My girlfriend likes my overbite, so grade comes around, I get my phone back. In between 7th grade and 8th grade year, they forced me to go back to church to repent my sins. And when I say they, I mean my grandma and my grandpa. Mind you, my grandpa, his son is gay. My grandpa was just like, he's like, just not under my household or under when you're living with me. I'm like, okay. My grandma, she just did the most. I just didn't understand who I was. 8th grade comes around. Most of my friends are guys, by the way, are boys. And then it's also the boys that like I would hang out with. So, and then also my ex-boyfriend at the time that's now married. So I was still friends with my ex-boyfriend that my girlfriends didn't even know about when I was in middle school. 8th grade comes around. It's my final year of middle school. I meet my best friend that I've been best friends with since I meet both of my girl best friends, by the way, that I've been best friends with since forever. Like, it's been 10 years since we've known each other. 8th grade is when I actually come out to my friends, because I felt like my friends were going to support me more than my own family did. So I told my friends, I said, I'm gay. And they're like, hey, like my guys are just like, hey, we got another bro in the group, you know. They were like, we figured that you was gay, like you gave the vibe of being gay. And so I was like, yeah, like, you know, shit, I'm just that guy, you know, I'm just that guy. And I was like, yeah, I got a girlfriend. So I haven't heard back from her in a while since they took my phone away from me. I was technically single, but one of my best friends, she's bisexual, but she dates mainly guys. Like, she dates more guys than girls. But she was dating one of her friends that was a triplet. And then one of our other friends, who's now a refound Christian, and she has 2 kids and she's married. But she's now like very homophobic against gay people. And this is when it gets worse, because my best friend that was bisexual, well, that is bisexual, we hang out with each other every day after we get off the bus, because we go the same direction. She's like basically around the corner from where I live. My grandma, she sees my friend, because like I said, my grandma is still very, very much so abusive, like verbally abusing me after I was forced out of the closet. She's like, oh, is that your little girlfriend that you've been texting? I'm like, no, that's my best friend. I was just like, that's my friend from school. There's nothing more to it. Like, she's cool folks. She's like, you've been fucking her, haven't you? I was like, no, like, I haven't been doing anything with my best friend. Why would you accuse me for something like that? Like, why won't you believe in anything that I say? Because what? Because I'm gay? Because I came out? Because your son forced me out of the closet, and now you're acting this way towards me because your son forced me out of the closet when I didn't have the confidence to even know myself. He was verbally abusing me, telling me that I'm going to hell. My friend, she wouldn't give me any grace. If I missed the bus, she would slap me. She stepped on my foot multiple times. She slapped me multiple times. Like, when I tell you guys, like, I'm so glad that I don't live in this same household as her, as anyone on that side of the family. I'm so happy. I would rather be in this situation than I am, because I won't have to, I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to. She would make fun of my friends' laugh, because she said, oh, she sounds like a monkey. And I'm just like, why would you say that about a kid? Like, are you okay? Have you had such a miserable life that you make fun of someone else's child? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, seriously. And if you're watching my video, hello. But I will be uploading my story of how you treated me. I stayed silent for way too long. It's time for me to share my story of how I felt, because I kept my mouth shut. All love still. But you will not get away with it. And I guarantee you, you will not like what I will be saying in this video. You won't. And if you don't, you can click off. Mind you, I do have another parent that's in and out of my life, and that is my dad. In 8th grade, because my dad did not know that I was outed in my 7th grade year of middle school, and my grandma told him, because my mom already knew. Like I said, she knew a year before, and she had told my dad. She said, before she told my dad, actually, she turned around and told me that I have to tell my dad that I am gay. And I said, okay. Why would I tell a man that's been in and out of my life? He only shows up when I'm successful, by the way. Or if something goes wrong, by the way. And anyways, she calls my dad and tells him, your daughter is gay. Your daughter likes females. Your daughter likes girls. Without telling him that I am bisexual and that I still, in fact, still like men. Mind you, the only time that they will talk to me or actually acknowledge my existence is if I am in a relationship with a man, because that's the only way that they will accept me. They won't accept me if I am in a relationship with a female that I'm currently, like I currently am right now. By the way, y'all, that relationship status on my Facebook page, yeah, I'm in a relationship with a female. Say hello to Willow. This is my baby girl. Say hello, Willow. Say hello, Mama. Here. She probably wants to go on to bed. Yeah. From my grandma, because I was not about to tell him. Once my dad found out from my grandma, he told me that I am going to hell also. But mind you, his wife has been doing some things that wasn't very holy. Yeah, I want to judge someone. My dad found out, he wasn't approving my lifestyle, apparently. Even though you're a parent, but you want to disown me. But he wasn't disowning me. He just wanted to enter my life when I was successful. Or if I was ever in trouble, he wanted a piece of it instead of being a fucking parent. Now we're in high school. This is when it gets very interesting, y'all. When I was in it. So 9th grade is when I officially decided I like females. I was still a virgin, y'all. Mind you, I'm still a virgin. I haven't tried to touch any kitty cat. I haven't done any of that. 9th grade comes around. I graduated middle school. 9th grade come around. I am a freshman. Freshman year, because between 8th grade and 9th grade, I started band. I was in color guard, and I was dating this guy that I was in a same friend group with my ex-boyfriend that I was dating in 6th, 7th grade. And so him and I was on and off again. He didn't want anybody to know that we were together because I was black. And his sister, his oldest sisters, 2 of his oldest sisters was in the same school. So he felt like his sisters would snitch on him to their mom about him dating a black girl. He is my first kiss. He is my first kiss. Like my first kiss was a boy. So yeah, my first kiss was a boy during band camp. And it gives me the ick now. I don't know why I did that in the first place. But yeah, he was my first kiss, my very, very first kiss. Now, 9th grade, I was just in a relationship with guys. 9th and 10th grade, I was in just a relationship with guys. Yeah. And then 10th grade is when I got my first job. And I got in a relationship with this guy that raped me. This was before. He raped me before I actually got, because I don't know why I did this to myself, but he raped me. And then he left the school. And then he came back to the school. No, he didn't graduate. He went to a different school. So he came back to the school because he lived around the corner or whatever. And his parents, his dad or whatever, they moved. So he was just in a different house. And I seen him in the streets in junior year. So that's when I started dating. Well, I didn't start dating him until 12th grade year, like beginning of my senior year. So we're gonna go back to 10th grade. Yes. So he raped me. Story time. I'll tell you guys my story time about that another day. Like, it's very traumatic, honestly. And I wouldn't say it's short, but I just don't want anybody to be like, girl, you need to go to court, because this happened like less than 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. So it just didn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. I forgive him, even though he won't admit it. But 10th grade, I was being very promiscuous. I got my virginity taken away from me. I got my virginity taken away from me. Oh, her hair is everywhere. So I got my virginity taken away from me. And then, which was very traumatic. Like, I'll do a story time about that. And then I was working at my first job, which was McDonald's. I ended up, because I didn't give a fuck at that point, because I was so fucked up in the head, that I started fucking my coworkers. Not coworkers, but I fucked one of my coworkers who went to a different school district. And it's not a flex, you guys. Like, this is a traumatic response that I did. It was no strings attached. Like, I just didn't care. Quit my job because I was forced to quit my job. They didn't like that I was making money, and they thought that I was saving money so I could move out. I was, but they made me spend my money. And when I say they, I mean my grandma. They didn't like that I was making money. I quit my job junior year. I did basketball. That was a very gay thing that I did during my junior year, because everybody on the girls' basketball team, gay. Even years later, after the varsity team, everybody's gay or bisexual, or not even everybody, but some of us are gay. And look at me. I know 2 other girls that was on the team that's gay, and that's in a relationship with another female. No, I think it's 3. I think it's 3. It's 3. Plus me, there's 4 of us. That's 4 of us that came out gay. Well, that didn't even come out gay, but that's gay. Junior year is when I was in a relationship with another female from church. We started dating, I bought her like an engagement ring my senior year. And I tell y'all, like, every time there was an event at the church, her would pop up just to be with each other. Me and China would pop up just to be with each other. Mind y'all, my cousins knew that China and I was in a relationship, and that's how I knew that they were real ones. Because there's no way that we could have gotten away with it. Like, if my grandma or like if my grandparents asked like what's going on between those two, they'd be like, no, they're just good friends. They're close friends. Like, they could, like, we got away with that shit. Oh my god. And that's not funny, but like my auntie, when my auntie, may she rest in peace, when my auntie found out, she legit snitched on me because like I pissed her off. I don't know what I did, but I pissed her off. And she told my grandma, and then I gaslit my grandma. I was like, no, China is just a friend. She's just a really close friend. Why would I like date someone from the church? Bro! Bro! I would like take off my jacket, right? Because I was sitting in the same row as her and her brother. Her brother would sit on one side, I would sit on the other side. I would flip my jacket. And we were also on the same usher team too. So I would flip my jacket, put it over our laps, and then we could hold hands throughout the whole service. I still have the videos of us together. Like, I'll insert some right here and shit. Like right here. So y'all can see, like, I'm not lying. When I tell you, we were discreet as fuck. And that's what y'all fuck ass niggas get for not accepting me. Yeah. Senior year comes around, right? This is when I got engaged at 18. That's when we moved. Senior year comes around, so I was given a choice. And I will repeat this. Listen. I was given a choice to either stay in Michigan with my mom, not with my dad, or move to Alabama with them. And then they switched it up on me to either move in with my dad, because they know that I'm not gonna pick moving in with my dad. I wanted to go to the school that I'm currently enrolled to, but they wanted, I don't know, they just wanted to control me. I believe in my heart, and I don't think it was out of love either. So don't even say it was out of love, because it was for sure not out of love. It was for you to monitor me, and for you to like reshape me or whatever, because I'm gay. And yes, I'm talking to you that's watching, my family, by the way, not my viewers. They did not want me to be with my mom. I wanted to be with my mom. I wanted to be with my mom and my 3 siblings. And I did end up being with them, because like I said, I did move back to Michigan at a certain point in time after I started college. So this is the part when it starts to get juicy. I only stayed in Alabama for a year and a half. Family, if you're watching, this is the reason. Well, family, friends, church folks, this is the part of the video which you will know the reason why I left Alabama in the first place. I'm not gonna get heated. If I do, it's because I let my emotions take over me. But disclaimer, I tell the truth, and nothing but the truth. It is the sign that I am, but this is my truth. This is what happened, and it was the results of how I ended up here in the first place. If my family ever tells you it was my fault, it was never my fault to begin with. They never ever accepted me as the person that I am today. They always judged me for the person that I am today. I will not, and I refuse to, and I speak for my auntie also, that has passed away, when I say this, because she has dealt with the same thing before she passed. And I don't care if they say that it's out of love, but this is the truth. I'm not here to expose anyone. I am here to tell the truth. And I will put my hand on the Bible for that. If the CPS ever seen this video, I'm sorry that I lied to you about any abuse that has happened in the household that I lived in when I was a kid. But it was out of the safety for myself and the safety of others that was also living in the household. You will know what I was talking about. Well, you will know what I'm talking about if you look in the files under my name. And I hope and pray that no one has anything against my family, because I still love my family to the day that I die. But this is my truth, and this will forever be my truth. This is my side of the story because I stayed silent for way too long. My girlfriend knows what happened. My friends know what happened. I am here to speak my truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, if my family don't like it, like I said before, you can click out of this video. But I will now tell my truth and how it was and how it happened. Thank you. I graduated in May 2019. This is later on in May 2019, we move. Everything's good. I started at the school that they wanted me to enroll in. I pleased them. I pleased everyone. TTC. And then, TCC, sorry. TCC. It was not my favorite school. I didn't want to enroll into that school. Did I have the goodness of my heart because I wanted to please my family. We go to a new church home, everything's good. This is when they start harassing me about being in a relationship with a man. I'm sorry if my family try to put me together with anyone that's inside of the church. And I'm sorry that if I acted any type of way against you. But I just did not want to please my family anymore. I was getting tired of it. I was. It was, I think, almost a year in. And there was this new girl who's now my current ex, by the way. And she started working there. This is why I try not to be friends with another female, because they always accuse me of something in between the lines of being in a relationship with them. And so I did not talk to her unless it was something work related. And so we got close at work because I was like, oh, you go to the same school as me. That's cool. Like, we should hang out. So I was like, this is carnival that's in town. Would you want to hang out at the carnival? She said, yeah. I said, okay, then I'll ask my grandparents. Because at my ripe age of being 18, I was 19. My birthday passed. I was 19. And I was like, okay, I'll ask my grandparents. I don't know at my age, of my adult age, that I needed to still ask permission to leave the house. Or to hang out with someone, which is so fucking stupid, by the way. I shouldn't need to ask permission to leave the house to hang out with anyone at all. I wasn't a child. I wasn't a kid. So I asked, like the good little girl that I was, I guess. And they said, is that your girlfriend? No, it's not my girlfriend. She's a coworker from work. From my job that I worked at in retail in Alabama. Republican state. Which ended up being my girlfriend anyway. So thank you. They gave me permission or whatever. And we hung out. Now this is the part everybody's been waiting for. This is the part that everybody's been waiting for. So, months after is when it gets really, really, really bad. Mind you, everybody knows and everybody knows in their right mind that I am gay, that I like both males and females. This is after I hung out with let's call her Lucy. So this is months after I hung out with Lucy. And so I worked at Dollar General. I worked evening shift, so I don't get off until I close the shop down. My manager is cool enough to stay outside with me until my ride comes. My grandma is my ride. I call my auntie. I'm like, hey, where's grandma? And my auntie's like, oh, let me see where she's at. She's like, she's asleep. I'm like, oh. And she's like, yeah, do you want me to wake her up? I'm like, yeah, girl, like, I'm off. I clocked out of work. Like, she said she was going to pick me up. Grandma wakes up. She's like, okay, I'm on my way. I said, okay. I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm like, okay, like, she's tired. And, you know, she's tired. So she's just, you know, she's just tired and she's a little bit irritated. So I'm preparing myself for it because I've been in that position before. Multiple times. Multiple times. And so she pulls up. She parks in front of the store because she see my manager's outside, so she's composed. So I tell my manager, okay, bye, I'll see you tomorrow because I work the next day. No. Yes, I did. No, I was off the day. I was off the next day. So I told her that I'll see her the next day that I work. And she's like, okay, baby girl, I'll see you later. I said, okay. And so I open the door, I hop in the car, and I close it. I'm in the front. My auntie's, she's at the house. She left my auntie at the house. So it's just me and her. She's in the driver's seat. I'm in the passenger seat. She turns to me and she does the most unbearable, the most thing that I like. It hurts my feeling. It hurts my heart to even talk about it because I just never realized that like someone can hate me so much with so much passion. She told me, because you're gay and you like, she was just going at me. She slapped me around, verbally abused me all the way home, by the way, all the way home. And that 10 minutes like increment, verbally abused me. And you know, you want to know what's the worst thing about it? She was drunk because she didn't like that I liked females, and because I hung out with a female months prior, that it triggered her to the point where she went back to drinking. And she went back to telling me that I'm going to hell for liking females. I'm the most obedient child that I could. I gave you so much respect. So much respect. even living underneath your household. I respected your rules. I respected everything that you did. I appreciated you for raising me, for the person that I am, but that day, it did something to me to the point where I texted a girl that I was interested in. Yeah. And it wasn't Lucy either. It wasn't the girl that I hung out with either. So because you thought you were smart enough to judge me for hanging out with someone that you thought that I was in a relationship with, it's beyond me. And I got something else for you. I hope you did not. I hope and I pray you did not try to paint yourself to be the better person. To make yourself emotional enough to be like, I don't know why my baby would leave me, because guess what? That's the reason why I left. I got tired of the verbal, I got tired of the abuse. I got tired of being treated that way. I got tired of being controlled. I got tired of trying to be in your image, of living in your image for every single person. I got tired. I got tired for not being appreciated, for putting myself through college. No one was helping me. I was the only one paying out of pocket. The only person that actually helped me pay for my books was my grandfather. You were a stay-at-home mother. I did not have to pay you for gas money. And didn't. I could have stayed my raggedy ass, like you said, because I was raggedy, right? My raggedy ass in Detroit. But you forced me to go with y'all. Oh, do no one remember me trying to run away? But I decided to stay because my uncle was crying in my face for trying to leave. I tried to run away multiple times, by the way. Do no one remember? Oh, that same night, after we got back home. So she was still yelling. No, she wasn't even yelling at me. It was quiet. It was quiet as a mouse inside the house. After I got in my room, I closed my door because I was tired from work. But I was also crying myself to sleep. But you didn't care because you were drunk enough to actually you were triggered enough to drink, to get drunk and to verbally abuse me to the point where I didn't think well of myself. But you went upstairs. You didn't have to go upstairs. You went upstairs and you verbally abused my auntie and also slapped her. And you physically abused her. May she rest in peace. I'm exposing everything. Who's gonna stop me? No one's gonna fucking stop me. You weren't even in the right mind to even stop yourself at this point. At that point, you could have minded your business. I wish, and I'm not gonna lie, I wished I could have gotten my auntie out of that situation before she passed. I wish I was in a better predicament than I was before I even left that goddamn house. And you know what? I'm glad that I left. I'm glad that I left the way that I did. I'm so happy that I left the way that I did. Because if I didn't, I would have been stopped again. God gave me that signal to go. Little did y'all know that me and the girl, we actually drove past y'all multiple times. And you know what's crazy? Y'all don't want to know was crazy. She called the cops on me for being a runaway. For being a runaway. The cops was like, ma'am, she's 19 years old. She's an adult. She can't be missing. If she's showing up at work, she's not missing. She doesn't want to be there anymore. And you're right. Because I could have went to the police and said, oh, she put her hands on me, lock her up. Yeah. I am a victim. I am a victim. And I survived. So before y'all come around, y'all walk around the church and think that you're all holy and thou, remember that I said those words. I'm not doing this out of spite. I'm doing this because it's the truth. And this is a part of my story. My story. I decided to share my story. But I hope y'all peace. I wish y'all nothing but the best. Last time, actually, y'all, last time I've seen my family was last year. It was a year ago, and it was for my auntie's funeral. It's just weird now with my family. We don't talk as much since she passed. So it just shows me that, like, I'm better off on my own. I'm better off just talking to my mom whenever I get the chance. I did make my own little family outside my family, especially outside of my dad's family. And now I understand why my cousin is the way that she, well, not the way that she is, but straight away from her, you know, because both of our dads are brothers, so it's always the dad side of the family that does the most. So I understand now. I completely understand now. Like, yes, I am in the predicament that I am in, but I'd rather be in the predicament that I am in instead of being in that situation again. They always tell me you're always welcome back home. I don't want to go back home. It won't feel like home to me anymore. It will feel like a prison. And I stand by that. I'm tired of being locked away. I'm tired of not saying what I need to say and not being heard. I want to be heard. And this is my story. This is my coming out story. Thank you for watching my video. I know the story time has been a bit long, but it had a lot of, in my coming out story, I have a lot of ins and outs and my rocky relationships with my family, and I just hope you guys can relate with what I was going through, especially for those who wasn't accepted when they were, you know, when they came out. Because look at me, my mom and my mom's side of the family were the only ones that accepted me, and that's okay, you know. My dad doesn't accept me still, and that's okay. He doesn't have to have no relationship with me, and my grandparents doesn't have to have a relationship with me either. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help my channel and to, you know, get a little bit more of me. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can get more notifications from me as I upload more videos. I'm gonna try to upload 1 or 2, well, not even 1 or 2 times, about 2 to 3 times a week. I do work full time, so depending on what time I wake up from work, before work or whatever time I work, I will upload, and I will try to record and upload for y'all. And yeah, thank you for watching.